All right. What's the deal, man? It's the real spill, man. Early morning, chop up. There's a few things I want to discuss, man. Because apparently, niggas got the game. Nah, I'm going to say this. Because that's how I heard them say it. Niggas want to play the game instead of understanding the reality of what goes on around here. You know what I'm saying? In the world in general, when it comes between the relationships between, the black and the white. I heard a dude say, racism uh shouldn't you shouldn't let racism hinder your growth because you got to get out here and play the game because you didn't pick no cotton, and the people that's the white people that's around today didn't own no cotton fields. That's the most stupidest shit I ever heard a nigga say in a while. Of course niggas ain't pick no cotton, but that doesn't mean we not affected by the structure of the system. Or we not looked at as less than, or we not treated as less than a human because we ain't picking cotton. They got other ways to enslave you now. It's almost like your phone. It update every, 3 or 4 months. It has a new program. It just update the ways that you uh, it just update the features, you know? So how do this nigga think racism don't exist because niggas ain't on cotton fields no more, or niggas not affected by working for free for all those years? I'm talking about the the mental aspect of it, the psychological aspect of it, the whereas they feel they could do anything to us. It's niggas like that they get up under and send them to tear down the Black Panthers. Groups like the Black Panthers that was there to help us and change our thought process and build the community for the better. They'll get a nigga like him and say, hey, we're cool. We never did anything to you. But those guys over there, they're a problem. And they'll turn you against us. It's not about anybody care about racial slurs or nothing like that. That'll still get them beat up. There still be some repercussions. They will get checked for their actions, but it's almost like you saying redlining didn't exist. It was a point in time. It's almost like you saying your house. You couldn't have experienced a lot of things. It's a lot of things that goes on um, when it comes to the racial disparities that black people go through. You ever notice that when a black person sell their house, They can't have any, when they set the house up, you can't have a picture of your family in that house because it'll devalue the house. A black family, it was a story that the black family had they family photos up in the house when they had to walk through the open house, and they valued the offers were low, but they took those pictures down, had another open house with a white family pictures up, and it was and they were damn near a bidding war over the house. That's racism. That's how white people look at you. They don't look at you like you worth shit. Now you got some cool white people out here. They all right. But at the end of the day, they gonna pick their side. They not gonna say, oh, hey, he's a cool black guy. Let's bring him over here with us. That's never gonna happen. They gonna play you, they gonna manipulate you. And when you realize what's going on and you try to take a stand, they gonna remind you that you's just a nigga. That's for every nigga that feel like these, these white people mean you some good. They don't mean you no good. You just a nigga they don't have to worry about. A nigga that's not trying to put up a fight. So of course they're gonna let you slide. They're gonna be cool with you. Cause you around here kissing their ass. You bowing down to them. You say everything you said is something that one of them uttered. You didn't pick no cotton. I didn't own no slave, but your daddy did, or your granddaddy did, or your great granddaddy did. When it come to them, and they great grandfathers was hunting niggas and enslaving niggas, they taught their children that. So they taught their grandfather that. So the great granddaddy taught the granddaddy. The granddaddy taught the daddy. So where you think the son come from? I don't care how hip he think he is, or how cool he think he is, or how knowledgeable of our culture he is. He still go home to that family that look at niggas like they ain't shit. Oh yeah, you still go home to his family, and they don't respect you. They don't respect nothing about you. But here it is, you making excuses. You feel like niggas these days shouldn't get reparations for the the for what their grandparents and great grandparents went through. Every other culture, every other race got their reparations. What's wrong with us getting ours? And when a nigga scream reparations, nigga want to say, oh, niggas want a handout. That ain't a handout. How is it a handout? Because when we was picking cotton for free, they was selling the cotton. And they was making money. And those kids lived off the money, made more money, left it to their kids. They lived off the money, made the money. So they should just not take their inheritance, right? If these families still living off the labor of slavery, why shouldn't we get our part? Why shouldn't we receive our payment from? Because our grandparents would have left it to us. Don't you think that's fair? Niggas always want to say we looking for a handout when it comes to reparations, but they not. But but why? That's our inheritance. That sounds like an inheritance to me. Cause I know my grandmother my great grandma would have left me that money. We would have had a great head start. The playing field would be even. Ain't no nigga looking for no handout. But niggas is looking for that inheritance. Everybody know if you get $1 million check today, once the time you go to the store and spend $1, you're not a millionaire no more. You get $1 million check, you're gonna have to pay taxes on it. You're gonna take 400,000 of it. So you ain't a millionaire. So you still gotta work. We understand that. Most of us do. The majority of us do. We all understand, if you want something, you gotta work for it. But the show would make it easier. It'd make life a whole lot easier if we had our head start, if we had our inheritance. I ain't never seen somebody. Well, yeah, I have. It's just hard to believe that it's niggas out here that don't understand what side they need to be on. Y'all niggas is equivalent to the nigga that allow a woman to say my money is mine and yours is ours and marry her. That's the same way nigga feel like, hey, that's wrong. You would feel like you probably wouldn't even feel like you being done wrong. You feel these niggas out here feel like I need to pay all the bills. That's what a man's supposed to do, provide. Yeah, to a degree. Depends on how your household structured. Your household structure is some old fashioned ways with a woman at home taking care of the house. Yeah, go out there, do your job, provide. But if the household set up where that woman work and you work, bitch, come in. Come here. All of it. All of it. Cause if she has some money, she thinks she gonna have some power or some control. She gonna have that resistance. But if you were out here letting her keep everything, just like you let these white folks keep all of their inheritance from that cotton we picked for all those years and all the money they made. Now, when you end up having a hard time or going through a little struggle, and they say I'll loan you the money, but you got to pay me back, you're gonna be offended. But that's what you get. Cause that bitch told you, just like these white people, they telling you, they gonna tell you, but you ain't listening. When they tell you shit like, well, I ain't never owned no slave, that don't mean shit, nigga. You was raised up under a motherfucker that did. So you still, even though you over here playing cool cause you don't want your ass whooped, don't mean I'm gonna let you pull the wool over my eyes as if you ain't come from that shit. See, I don't know if it's some new generation shit. Cause I was old. I'm old enough to I was around when my great grandmother was around. I was raised by her, and I could see the pain in her eyes. Just remember at that age. I don't think I understood. But but growing up and remembering and just seeing things for what they are, I could see I could see the reason she was doing a lot of the things that made me wonder why she do that. Cause see, my great grandmother, she used to she I used to stay the night over her house. I used to down there live with her. So every morning we'd eat breakfast together. Sometimes she wouldn't eat. Sometimes I would be she would put my plate on the table and I would eat at the table, and she would sit across the table and watch me. And she would just watch. And I would wonder why she was watching. And it kind of made me uneasy as a kid because you a kid, you don't know what's going on and you don't know what's going on. But as I got older and I had a child of my own, I understand now. That was one of those looks of that was a loving look, a caring look. That was more of a admiration, a look of she was just an inquisitive look, wondering what I would become or who I would become. Wondering what life, well, understanding the life, what she went through, I wouldn't have to go through. Those kind of looks, and I didn't know back then what was going on, but now, just remembering and just having, just having a better understanding of what goes on in the world and life in general. Shit, I know why she was looking at me. I look at my own child like that. You wondering what she gonna be like when she get older. Making Now I'm making decisions to make her life, give her a head start, and doing things to give her a head start so she don't have to go through the same struggles I went through. So I don't understand you niggas when y'all act like, just cause just cause your white friends don't own no cotton fields and ain't own no slaves, don't mean they don't carry that same mindset. A mindset is easier to hide. That mindset easy to hide. They could, they could, they could, you know, come in all the peace they want to, come in when they around us. But the longer that relationship or that friendship lasts, you'll end up meeting their parents, and their parents don't care about you. And their parents, and the first thing your friend gonna tell you is, man, excuse my dad, man, he's old, I mean, he a fucking racist. Yeah, as I've been navigating, man, I done bumped into a few of them. They cool, but we ain't friends, but they cool though. Long, and it's up to me, and I'm not, but they not my we're not close as and another me and my people are, because I'm always gonna be looking for them to say that bullshit, and I'm gonna be able to check it, because you ain't finna blind me with friendship so I can excuse your disrespect. And that's what they do. And most of you niggas go for it. Most of you niggas feel like they don't owe us shit. Or, yeah, of course, the world don't nobody owe us shit. We get it. But at the same time, shouldn't we have earned something? Or shouldn't our grandparents have earned something? Some niggas just forget about their history, forget about their past, forget about the people that raised them. And they just going about life like do and blaming all the niggas for everything that we going through. And not trying to hold these people accountable for what they doing or what they've done and what they still doing. These white police shoot a nigga every other day. I guess that's not racism. I guess he looked at that man with the equal value of humanity that he looked at his white counterpart. These white people see us as a threat. Your white friends see you as a threat. They just can't combat with you because they know you will physically outdo them. So they play they manipulate you. And the first thing these motherfuckers want to say is, "I got black friends," and you the black friend. The nigga that say, "Well, they didn't own no slaves." That don't mean shit, nigga. No matter if they own slaves or not, they reaping the benefits. It's a thing called white privilege that they benefit off of because of the racial disparity. Think them white people cool till you fuck their sister. See how cool that white boy is then. Then you niggas allow these white folks to have an opinion on our business. I don't give a fuck what we do to each other. Y'all do the same thing. We ain't nitpicking. We ain't in y'all politics. But niggas allow these folks to be all in our politics and make decisions and draw conclusions based on what we got going on. It ain't your business. Mind your business. But that ain't what niggas do. Niggas allow them to have an opinion when their opinion don't matter. You know why these niggas killing each other? I know why. That shit got to do with survival. Everybody just can't go out there and put no application in and get no job. Nigga, you need a car to get to a job. And all the jobs you could walk to are already taken. Then when you get into some of these companies, it's the niggas in the company doing the white folks bidding. And everybody ain't no ass kissing. But I guess niggas want niggas to, play the game. And why should I play a game with a white boy? They ain't playing with me. If you gonna play on your terms. Don't make excuses. These the type of niggas that'll say, "Oh, the nigga don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing." Yes, it do. It still means something. Let your ass fucked up play with these niggas that's allowing you to say that shit. Cause it still means something. It's our own folks that they use against us. And those type of guys, those black people that feel like, racism isn't a thing. Those are the same guys they use to validate what they do to us. Some niggas is just not offended. They not offended by how people treat them. It's how you end up with homegirl. Cause you don't care how she treats you. You overlook all that bullshit until something happened and you need it to come through. Nigga done sacrifice day after day, year after year. As soon as you ask for some help, you the problem. But you are the problem. You allowed this shit to go on for so long. Why should she respect you? Try to see something, man.
The bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just in a month, like it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if
It's
I
the type of
pay
shit
these
you need to
bills,
go for.
are you gonna pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills? Like, no, he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had text his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I text his homeboy or whatever. We went together. We left. I met up with him. And we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting. Like I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend. But things happen. Things happen. Like, y'all understand what I'm going through. So his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, babe, look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you gotta handle. Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man. And ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear me. So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like, it was time for the bills or whatever. And I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just in a month, like, it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you?
If you think the shit I be seeing is outrageous on social media and
So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like, it was time for the bills or whatever. And I'm like, the bills due, babe. Working. And I'm just in a month, like, it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money. And
Stop right there. Stop right there. This how you niggas end up in the shit y'all end up in. Cause y'all don't believe that shit she tell y'all from day one. Y'all don't believe shit nobody tell y'all from day one. Most of you niggas think that y'all meeting a representative on day one. That ain't the representative, my nigga. A lot of people going around here telling you exactly who they are on day one. And that's in all walks of life from day one. But you overlook that. You don't see it. You think it's funny. Or you think we too far past day one for day one to affect you. Start making excuses, not holding them accountable, letting everything slide. Is that what is it? That's not, it's not the right way to go. Remember, everybody not a representative. These motherfuckers is who they say they is. can't make excuses for nonsense. You can't justify bullshit. And you can't overlook the shit that sound unbelievable. Believe that shit. She told that nigga from day one, just like they told us from day one. You're not a human. The niggas get in a bubble. They not affected by, they not outside. They not in tune with what's going on in the world or what's going on with people or how people moving these days, and they just think that things are la-di-da-di. Ain't no representative. The motherfucker say who they is, that's who they is. You know when you being lied to. Pay attention. Don't lose sight. Don't lose focus. But these niggas, y'all the reason we still behind. You don't want to hold people accountable. And he should have left that bitch alone as soon as she said that stupid ass shit. So it's us setting each other up for failure, bro. It ain't got nothing to do. It got a lot to do with the way they structured this shit. But it's a lot got to do with us accepting it and making excuses. Don't be no fool out here, man.